Today I am going to be sharing with you a little bit of a makeup challenge that I did, and I decided to try out a different product from my collection each day of the week. So 5 days of the week, 5 different colors or products within the same category. So for the first one, I decided to choose eyeshadow palettes, and more specifically mini eyeshadow palettes. So like the smaller eyeshadow palettes that are like the size of your hand. And I actually have pretty much just 5 of them total in my collection anyway. So it worked out perfectly to use each and every one of them throughout the week, try them out, see what I think of them, play with them a little bit, experiment with them. I haven't really reached for any of these in a little while now, I feel like. I usually don't reach for my mini palettes unless I'm traveling for the most part. And we all know we haven't been traveling. So let's jump into this. I have a little bit of footage from each day. So let's jump into Monday. First palette we are going to be using is this one. I'm going to be doing all like mini palettes this time around. I have this Clinique Color Surge eyeshadow trio, and this one has chocolate chip, buttered bronze, and teddy bear. I am going to go all over the lids with the lightest color, which is the base color here. Now I'm going to go into the crease shade here, which is buttered bronze, and put that into my crease. Next, I'm going to go into the definer shade, which is chocolate chip. With that same darkest shade, I went ahead and applied it under my eyes and also on my lids as like an eyeliner in place of an eyeliner. And because it was the darkest shade, it worked out for that. And then I also took the lightest shade, the base shade, and applied that onto the tops of my eyelids to brighten everything back up. And then I also went in with the same shade and put that in my inner corners to brighten up that area as well. And that completes the look that I was able to create with the first mini palette. So it is Tuesday, and we are going to be using a new little mini palette for today's eye look. And this one is going to be the Lorac Love, Lust, and Lace matte eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna go all over the lid with this shade here. It doesn't have any shade names on it, but this is like the second lightest shade in the palette. Next, I'm gonna go in with this gray shade right here with a fluffy blending brush, because we're gonna put this in the crease. Oh wow, that's kind of dark. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it's a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be. So we're gonna blend that out. And then we are going to go in with this dark black shade and put that in the outer corner. Now I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade here for my brow bone and my inner corner. Now I'm gonna go in with my finger back into that original shade that we used as a base. And I'm gonna put this just in the middle of the eye, just to brighten it up a little bit. Going back into the black shade, I am going to use this in place of an eyeliner and put it on my lids along the lash line, and that completes my look. And this is what I came up with using this palette for Tuesday. All right, so it is day number 3, and today's mini makeup palette or eyeshadow palette that we are going to be using is this one here. This is from Ulta, eyeshadow quad with the colors Gold Leaf, Brass, Silk, and Terracotta. I'm going to go all over the lid with this lighter shade here. In the crease, I am going to be using this coppery color here. And then we are going to go in with this darker shade here into the outer corner. And then to use all of the shades in here, we are going to use this kind of as a blending shade. Going back into the lightest shade, put that in my inner corners, and then taking the bronze, I'm going in on the bottom lash line and the top lash line. And then on the bottom, I am going to do kind of a gradient with the rest of the colors in the palette and kind of blend that in on the bottom. And then that completes my look that I was able to create with this palette. So it is Thursday, and we are going to be using a different makeup palette today. It's from bareMinerals. It is a mirrored case, so I'm trying not to blind you with it, but let me open it up and show you the colors. The Bare Neutrals palette, and I want to try and use as many of these shadows as possible. So we are going to start take this color here, right here, which is called Satin Cloud, on a big fluffy brush. And put that all over the lids to kind of give me a nice even base color. This brown, and put that into the crease. This color is called Fate. I'm gonna go all over the lid, just the lid, with Serendipitous. I think I said that right. And then I am going to go in with this color here, which is called Air, and maybe do a little bit lower of a crease color. I'm not really sure. We're gonna play with this though. And I'm actually going to put this a little more on the outer third to kind of blend it in a little bit. I am going to take this color here, which is Aha, and put this into the outer corner. I am gonna take the lid shade and just pop it in with my finger real quick. That'll help brighten it up. I am going to take this color here, which I believe is Fate, I think. And we're gonna use that for an eyeliner. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the darker color here, which is Wanderlust, and go over that a little bit more to darken that. Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit under the eyes to finish up this look.
Now just putting on a few additional finishing touches in the lightest shade in my inner corner and also on my brow bone.
This is how my look turned out for my 4th day, and I actually really like this look. This is my favorite one that I did. Today is our last day for our using one palette each day for a full week challenge, I guess you could say. So today we are using another mini eyeshadow palette, and this one is another Lorac one. This is a different Lorac one though, and this is the Tails and Top Hats eyeshadow palette. We are going to go in with our all over base color, which is going to be this one, and then we're just gonna kind of pack it on and get as much of an even layer as possible all over the lid space. I think next I'm gonna actually go in with this shade right here in the crease. Now I'm gonna go in the outer corner with this brown shade here. Why is it that one eye always ends up better than the other? This eye ended up how I wanted it to look, and this one did not. I don't know. And then I'm gonna go over the eyelid with this sparkly color here, and I'm just gonna go with my finger. I want to try and use as many colors in this as I possibly can, so I am now going to go in just in the middle of the lid, or like, I don't know how to say, like between the outer corner color and between the lid shade that I just put on. I'm going to put like a kind of a blending shade in between that, this color right here. And then we are just going to take a darker shade from this and use it as an eyeliner. Actually, you know what? I think I want to keep this soft, so I am just going to go in with this as eyeliner. I'm not going to dip into this black. I'm going to do the brow bone with this shade that I used all over my lids to begin with, just to give it a nice clean base. I'm just going to do a tiny bit of it, and then I'm going to do the same thing and put this in the inner corner. So far, so good. Now I'm just going to do a little bit under the eyes.
And here's how it all turns out, all completed. Looks pretty good.
All right, so now that you've seen all of my looks that I created with each of these palettes, let me know what is your favorite look slash palette that I used from this past week. I have to say, if I really had to pick one, this would be hard because there's actually two that I really like. It's actually between these two palettes here, but this one I was just able to create like absolutely beautiful look. I actually have already worn the look that I created with this a couple more times. So I am filming this a few days after, you know, doing this challenge, just to kind of collect my thoughts on it and be able to share that with you. But yeah, I think if I had to pick one, it would be this one. This would be the winner of the week, and I'm really excited about that because it really just brings kind of new life to this and new appreciation for, you know, a palette that I didn't used to reach for and that I didn't realize was such an amazing palette that I already had. this was kind of an interesting challenge for me. It really kind of made me have different thoughts and opinions about these products, and it was also a good way just to get me to use the products that I already have in my collection that I haven't been reaching for. And I love doing that. I love being able to pull from what I already have, already own, not have to go out and buy a ton of things, and still get to play and experiment and have fun with my makeup. So I challenge you guys to do a similar challenge yourself and pick a couple of products from your collection. It doesn't have to be all the same category like mine was, and really use your products and re-experience them and retest them out and have fun with them. Try out different looks if you're doing like an eyeshadow palette or something like that. Mix it up and play with it and just have fun with your makeup, because that's what I am finding is just so much more enjoyable. And use what you already have. Of course, I love trying new things, and I like buying a really nice thing here and there, and you know, trying out things that people talk about that they love. But also I like to experience what I already have. So I hope you found this video interesting. Maybe I'll do a couple more similar to this. Let me know if that's something you want to see. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified of all my future uploads. I will see y'all later. Bye.